Hey everybody, welcome back to Kill by Daylight, and welcome to my annual anniversary stream predictions special, extravaganza, whatever you want to call it. This one is truly special because it is celebrating the 10th, that's right, 10 years of Dead by Daylight. That's insane that a game, nowadays at least, lasts half a decade, 5 years, let alone 10 whole years. And it's even more special for me because I don't usually stick around with live service games this long. Either A, they're like Call of Duty and the next one is coming out the next year, so why bother playing it longer than like 6 or 7 months? Or it just gets really boring and there's nothing really interesting and I don't feel like dealing with the new meta every time they nerf Roadhog. Sorry, ActiBliz, you kind of just suck at everything you do now. This one is special because I've been doing this for 6 years, playing this game for 6 years. This channel is coming up, or maybe it's already passed. I haven't really paid attention. But 6 years, this channel's been a thing. Because I've been in this game for 6 years. That's long! That's a long time! And again, like I said, most games don't last 5 years. They're either too good to succeed, Ubisoft, or they're just another ActiBliz AI slop, you know, just slop. It's bad. Here's a new game. Play it for 5 months, get bored with it, or get pissed at it because it's not good. You'll buy the next one in a couple months, right? So this is a big old special one. Little backstory though, little preface. I did plan to release this or make this video a little earlier than it is, but Dead by Daylight tweeted out eyeball emojis at Summer Game Fest, so I was like, ooh, we're gonna have something special at Summer Game Fest. We're gonna have something, maybe nothing big, but maybe like a tease, right? Kote's been on Slasher Radio talking his stuff about, yeah, hey, you may just have to tune into the anniversary stream. Maybe we got some surprises for the chapter. Maybe you'll just have, fuck, you wait. Come see the thing. Maybe you just have to tune about a map. Maybe you get a map. You just gotta tune in and see. So maybe we're gonna get a tease at potentially a Camp Crystal Lake map. I was like, okay, we'll tune into that. And then Jason Universe tweeted out, hey, tune into IGN Live the day after, between this time and this time, to see a reveal. I was like, oh shit. Then the cogs started turning like a jigsaw trap, like, oh, maybe the Summer Games Fest thing teases a thing, and then Jason Universe 1-2 punch. The tease on Friday, and then the release, the reveal on Saturday. No. Summer Games Fest thing was great. I love that trailer. We need more of that. Whoever did that, like, more of that. Like, that was genuinely unsettling. I was watching going, what the fuck am I watching? It's Dead by Daylight, but this is artsy and fartsy and cool and genuinely creepy and unsettling. Like, whose birthday is it? Are you the birthday girl, Longlegs? Ooh, that's not gonna happen. Unless we're actually fucking crazy at behavior and I'm gonna add another Nicolas Cage. Oh, that'd be amazing. But that was dope. I like that trailer. Like, is it teasing something? Is it hinting at things? People have to realize what pareidolia is in this community, because oh boy, everybody got that. Love you, Paulie. Love you, Paulie. Tinfoil hat, amazing. Love the theories. Pareidolia is a hell of a drug. No, you can Google it. I'm not gonna put it up on screen. I like you, I'll tell you anyway. It's seeing things in certain objects that aren't really there, right? You look at something and go, that looks like a face. That's pareidolia. You look at, you know, a cliff sign and go, that looks like a dog. That's pareidolia. You look at a stamp on an envelope and you're like, that looks like the word it. That's pareidolia. You get what I'm getting at? Dig what I'm saying? But the trailer's great. Everything coming out about it is great. Everybody's speculating, going, oh, is this teasing this? Is that teasing that? Oh God, what could it be? Ooh, what is it? It was cool. It was a good trailer. And then Saturday, today, I sat through hours of IGN Live And like some cool trailers, some good stuff, man. They really love Control. I like Control. I love it. That's a good series. Connect to Alan Wake. That's dope. I'm excited for the new game. Not as excited as IGN apparently, because they spent like 45 minutes in 4 separate segments talking to the creators. Like, all right, Jesus Christ, calm down, man. We'll get it when we get it in like a couple months. Shit. Sat through that. And I was like, okay, what's happening? And then they posted just randomly on their YouTube like Jason Prestige Cosmetic. I'm like, oh shit, we finally get to see it. It looks good. I like it a lot. It looks really cool. I like it. I wonder what the reveal is gonna be. That was the reveal. Jason's P6 cosmetic was the real. I guess like we got tweeted out like official like Dead by Daylight merch, Dead by Daylight X Jason Universe merch. Like, all right, that looks pretty cool. Wish it didn't have the thing on the bottom of it. It says Dead by Daylight X Jason Universe. Like, it's a cool shirt. Other than that, U2's is having an official figure. So I guess out the fucking window goes those people being like, just have Jason. That's it. This Jason's Canadian. This ain't the real Jason Voorhees. They can't do anything. Like, bitch, they have everything except for the fucking name of the franchise he created. It's legit. Look up some videos. Look up some stats about how this lawsuit worked out for Jason Universe. They literally can't call it Friday the 13th. But they have everything that was in F13 the game, including survivors, by the way. Or camp counselors, or whatever, what have you, what they were called in that game. I don't remember. But all the skins, Crystal Lake as a location, could be a map. They have all that stuff. And they have the license to go to their partner at YouTube's and be like, hey, we want to do a figure of this. Like, officially licensed Dead by Daylight X Jason Universe. And we can make shirts and merch out of it. So there's that. They have those rights. Jason Universe trusts behavior a whole hell of a lot more than people seem to think. But like, that was it. Just the P6 cosmetic. You hyped it up like it was gonna be some big reveal of maybe movie skins at the very least. Maybe Crystal Lake being a map you're gonna announce, but no, it was just the Prestige cosmetic. It was like, okay, that's, again, it looks good, but like everybody was expecting more. It's kind of fucking lame that was all it was. Something that should have been in the PTB from the start. So that's why I delayed making this video, because I was like, maybe I might have to change some stuff in the script, in my notes. Might have to change some stuff, right? If they're just like, hey, big dick out already, Camp Crystal Lake map. Big dick out, here's Tommy Jarvis, right? No, we didn't get that. Maybe, fingers crossed. Let's get into this though. We've spent too much time on a preamble. Let's get into this. I'm breaking this up into 2 segments, not like I normally do. Right, normally I break it down like, oh, opening segment, mid-segment, this announcement, that announcement, do like a fake, you know, fan fiction type of run through. This year, because it is a special occasion, we're gonna break it down into speaking, what is words? Take a drink. Drink. I'm breaking it down into what will likely happen, what I think, you know, 75% to 85, 90% sure this will happen. Because several like things, whether we have precedent over the past year of certain things happening, or Dweet saying some stuff, Ruthless saying some stuff, some rumors that have been around for a while, or Dead by Daylight just atting somebody, you know, whatevs, and then we're gonna get into the fantasy booking, the weird, out of nowhere, out of the realm stuff that could happen. It's gonna be a fun time. Starting off with what will likely happen. So, scenario A, Kote walks out, unzips, flops his big old hog on a table and announces that Jason will be coming with a survivor, and that survivor's name is Tommy Jarvis. And on top of that, they both want to welcome us to our new summer destination, Camp Crystal Lake. That's right, we're getting Tommy Jarvis, Camp Crystal Lake map, and Jason. It is a full-fledged chapter instead of it's just Jason, which is still cool. Jason Voorhees, my boy, is still here. That's dope. A little more would be so much cooler though. Scenario 2, which I think is more likely to happen, Kote walks out and says that it's just Jason this Tuesday. No map. And a survivor is coming, but it's an OG survivor the following week. That isn't connected to Jason, because some mental giant in the department said people are going to be really excited for Jason. Let's put an OG OC survivor a week later. What? That's dumb. It's actually dumb. So he says all that, and then unzips his pants, flops his hog onto a nearby table, and says, "You'll have to wait until October to explore our Crystal Lake map, and you'll meet up with a few familiar faces along the way." That's right, Jason Chapter 2 will be released in 5 months, and we'll explore the Camp Crystal Lake map and new survivors Tommy Jarvis and Ginny Field to celebrate the new Crystal Lake TV show. And who knows? You might even meet Jason's mother, Pamela, too. Which I would be so down for, because... yeah, I'm pretty sure Linda Cardellini is playing Pamela, and I love me some Linda Cardellini. So let's get her in the game, Kote. Let's go. I think that is very likely to happen because, well, I didn't realize that Crystal Lake was actually coming up so soon. Right? So we're definitely going to get something for that show. Maybe it's not a chapter. Maybe they reveal, like, hey, a new map is being added in October. Right? We just had that with All Kill Chapter 2. We got a survivor and a map sequel to All Kill. Maybe they do it again. Maybe we do get Tommy Jarvis and Camp Crystal Lake to celebrate the release of the show. Or maybe we just get a Pamela Voorhees skin based on the show. Camp Counselor outfits. We actually don't know yet what is coming full release, if we're getting movie skins day one. Because again, Jason Universe holds everything except for the Friday the 13th name. All the movie skins from F13, including Savini's skin, can be in Dead by Daylight if Dead by Daylight chooses to, right? Because, again, we clearly see that Jason Universe trusts behavior a lot. So we could get those. We get Pamela as a skin. I don't know how that would work with his power. Like, all right, Pam was a strong, independent woman that didn't need no man. But I don't know if she's strong enough to hurl a spike that fast or, you know, apparate into thin air. But who knows? I think it would be pretty friggin' sick. And of course, November is the next Friday the 13th. Like, IRL, date on the calendar, Friday the 13th. So we're probably getting stuff then, too. There's a lot still left in the year for old Mr. Voorhees. But I think that will happen, too. That will happen, and then they'll announce the new Survivor releasing the week after Jason enters the fog to what is, I'm going to guarantee, to be zero, goose egg, no hype. And it will be that emo incel Timu Pete Wentz, Julian, a lame-ass character with some B-tier perks. Yeah, that sure sounds like the guy who grabbed a ceremonial blade first. Just grabbed the knife from the wrong end like a dumbass, and was then surprised he got cut, and then proceeded to yell at Sable about how it was his and Michaela's story. He comes off as a petulant child and gives off dumbass incel vibes. Am I the only one who sees that? He does. He comes off like a child. He comes off like an incel. It's insane. So of course, Dweet and other weirdos are rooting for him. Like, Michaela's not gonna fuck you, bro. Her and Sable seem pretty close if you dig what I'm saying, man. So that'll close out what is coming within the next 2 weeks. Julian is definitely not coming. Because if he does, Jason will kill him. Easily. Duh, Jason hates that stuff. We'll get that stuff. Other than that, we get hex perks as a concept are being reworked across the board. Every single hex perk in the game is being reworked. They're being made like the recent hex perks we've seen, because we have precedent for that. And I keep saying it, every time we release a new hex perk, it's got that new thing where you have to do this thing, this certain thing, and then a dull totem lights up, and then the perk is active. That's a little difficult for certain perks. I've said it in the past with stuff like Haunted Ground. Haunted Ground, because it can be so powerful if you get it rolling, that will need to be like how it currently is. I don't think that one will need to be changed. But Ruin, you know, do X amount of, I don't know, when X amount of gens pop, it kicks online for mid to late game. That's the problem with Hex perks. They're lit they are lit AF. As the kids say, hate it. I hate kids. I hate children. I hate teens on the internet because they're dumb as rocks because they follow AI. But the problem with Hex perks, they're lit from the start of the trial. So survivors see it glows, it goes. Oops, is it Haunted Ground? Whoops. Did I say Haunted Ground or say the other one? There's too many perks. There's too many perks. I can't remember them all. What is that perk? What's that perk? Haunted Ground is the one you cleanse it and it insta down for like 60 seconds. What is that? What's that fucking perk? Devour Hope. That's the perk I was thinking. Devour Hope doesn't need to be changed. Haunted Ground probably could be changed a little bit. Get a certain number of hook states and then it lights. But then again, it's like, it is what it is. But basically, what you get what I'm saying is, they're too easy to snuff out too soon into a match. So you get, most times, no value from it. So they do need to be changed, and I like, for the most part, the way the newer Hex perks are going with do this action, and then it lights, and then it's active, right? Like Ruin, like I said, you know, certain number of gens go, maybe 2 gens pop, and then it lights. So now those last 3 gens that need to be done, the last remaining 5 in the trial, they are now affected by Ruin. So now it's that mid to late game is an easier time. There's balance issues, yes, with killers and stuff like that. Surely they won't screw up killers because certain perks are busted on them. It's a new decade we're going into for Dead by Daylight. Maybe the devs know better. But yeah, I foresee Hex perks being reworked completely to be what they are now. And I think that's a good thing. Next up. Something we all thought was a joke when it was tweeted out by Ruthless. WWE crossover announced. 2 days after announcing Jason would be getting into the fog, finally, the official Twitter account tweeted at current WWE Women's Champion Rhea Bloody Ripley, asking if she played Dead by Daylight. And I went, what does that mean? Now, it means one of 2 things. A, we're adding the most overrated clown since Pagliacci, or 2, we're actually getting the WWE crossover that Ruthless posted about on April 1st of all days. He tweeted it out on April Fool's. Everyone, ha, that's a good joke. That's funny. You're a funny man, Ruthless. Finger guns. No, that seems like it's actually going to maybe happen. And it now seems like Kote is trying to seduce me. Yeah. There's several, like, superstars that will actually fit into the fog as, I'm assuming survivors, right? Obviously, they would have to be okay with getting killed in gruesome ways, but Rhea Ripley has said she's down for Terrifier, of all things. Liv Morgan has been killed off on the Chucky series. I'm sure they're not the only ones that would be, you know, love to be brutally maimed and tortured. So we'll have to see about that. Next, a new music crossover. Both Dweet and Ruthless tweeted out that we should anticipate a new music crossover announced on stream. I'm assuming it's going to be something like Iron Maiden or Slipknot crossovers we got, like shirts, maybe masks for some killers, stuff like that. I have 2 predictions. 1 prediction and 1 hope. The hope, I hope it's Ice Nine Kills. If you've watched any of this channel, you know that I'm a huge fan of them. I've used their music in several videos. Don't care about copyright claims. Dope music that fits a lot of the killers, especially since most of their last 2 albums is based on horror movies, and those horror movies are now in the game. And if you haven't noticed, I've been quoting "Thank God It's Friday" ever since we first saw that cabin in the woods for 13 hours. So I hope they make it in the game. Get band shirts for the original survivors. They do have their iconic mask that the titular villain in their story has, so it would fit perfectly. My prediction that will maybe happen, I don't know, it could be anybody, but my prediction is that it's going to be Black Veil Brides, another band that I am a huge fan of. This anniversary event is called the Black Masquerade, maybe honoring the Black Veil, V-A-L-E, not V-E-I-L. So it seems pretty obvious that it might be the Black Veil Brides. Why not? They got a new album that just came out, a few months ago. They're back on the rise. Why not? Next up, we're gonna get a Jurassic World chapter announced. It has been in the pipeline, allegedly, for years. It has been long rumored and leaked. And it would be a mega crossover that nobody sees coming. And I would have to defend vehemently, being like, because people are gonna be like, it's not horror, like they did with Vecna and Lara Croft. Some dumbass is even saying that Ash Williams isn't horror. No. Yep. There are people that think that. Woof. But, yeah, man. Jason, WWE, and dinosaurs. I guess we can skip the fine wine and dine session, because I'm full chub at the thought of all three of those being in the fog relatively near in the future. And like I said, obviously, if it does get announced and we are actually having a Jurassic World chapter, definitely going to be a Let's Talk About Dinos X DVD. Definitely going to happen. Definitely going to defend it, because if you just watched the movies and not read the book that the movies are... Watch my hands now, Lois. Based on, you would have no idea that the books are actually horror, not like action. So there's that. And we will close the show, maybe close the show, right, with a tease. Vis-a-vis the Walking Dead chapter tease from last anniversary stream, and that would be The Last of Us half chapter, right? Again, another long-rumored and leaked mega crossover with Joel and Ellie Last of Us entering the fog. I think it could be teased like they did with The Walking Dead last year. Right? Here's the roadmap for year 11. Look, here's Jason release, here's the Grimoire release, here's a licensed chapter after it. Who could that be? Maybe a certain clown. Or if a new leaker on the scene is to be believed, Slender Man? Nah, that ain't happening, homie. There's too much controversy still. Unless they've been talking to the Marble Hornets guys for over a year, which would be the biggest ploy in recent history, with everybody going, nah, we haven't had conversations. That's a lie. Maybe. But, the roadmap, and then they'll have, like, weird sayings or weird letters crossed out or scratched out, and people will be like, oh, it says The Last of Us, oh my god, or something like that. I can see all of that happening. I can see everything I just said happening. So let's get to the fantastical. We're just gonna speed through this one, except for this first one, because as I just alluded to, I think it could happen, and it would be insane if it actually did. So Kote walks out, unzips his pants, red balloons fly out from his now agape trousers. He points to the crowd Oprah style, declaring, screaming, we did the impossible. We convinced Stephen King that video games are cool. And this December, January, Pennywise joins the fog. December or January will be the It chapter. Get a full killer and 2 survivors. Go watch my Let's Talk About bringing Pennywise into the fog, if you're curious what I think about that chapter. Everything that just happened, again, pareidolia aside, there is a lot of evidence now pointing to maybe Pennywise being announced at this anniversary event. And I know people are like, you just got Jason. Announcing Pennywise will undercut the Jason release. Not if they tease it even further, right? Because they've done that where they close the show and go, oh wait, hold on, one more announcement, right? Like, Jason's out this Thursday, but we've got something really special planned for January, and it is going to be amazing. You'll float too. And everyone goes, oh my god, it's fucking happening! Right? And then we speculate for 6 months about Pennywise in the game. That would not undercut Jason, that would just fuel more interest in the next coming month, because you got Jason, and then the Grimoire chapter, which is like, that's a 50-50 at most. We'll have to see how the perks and the power actually pan out for that, but that's in September. And then we get one in, I think it is supposed to be September. It might be, July, maybe? Or August? It might be August. And then December, January would be the Pennywise chapter. Or, no. It's Jason, and then it's Grimoire, and then it's another chapter, and then January would be it. So something in, November, right? But you gotta keep people interested in the coming year, right? You gotta announce something, give speculation. Maybe in November, if it's not Jason Chapter 2, maybe that is The Last of Us, maybe that's Jurassic World. Who the fuck knows? I don't. I'm just speculating and giving my fantasy predictions. But teasing Pennywise, basically confirming Pennywise at the end of the show, will not undercut Jason, because people go, Jason's here, we're gonna have fun with that for a long time. Grimoire's here, whatever. Something is happening in November. We don't know yet. Again, the roadmap will just say, hey, licensed chapter. We've done that in the past 3 anniversary roadmaps, right? So they'll do that and then say, hey, allude to basically Pennywise confirmed. And people will get excited about the next year of content. That's how you do it. Or they'll just say, hey, the 11th anniversary, Pennywise. They've done that before. They literally did that with Springtrap, and then did the whole Choose Your Own Adventure chapter leading up to this anniversary, which again, I could have sworn they said it was an anniversary chapter, but whatever. So that's not going to undercut Jason. Not at all. Little side tangent though. Just an FYI for people wanting Pennywise and Art the Clown in DBD. If Pennywise does enter the fog, the fog that he may or may not have created in universe, because the entity is the entity. Like, if you don't know, if you didn't watch the Let's Talk About Why, you should go watch it. In the book It is frequently, maybe not frequently, but is often referred to as the entity. The entity in DVD has spider-like tendrils. Pennywise's final form is a spider-like creature. Like, yeah, the game is based on Friday the 13th, with Trapper and the survivors in the code still being referred to as campers. But the world is built around, like, the Macroverse. But if we do get him, then we'll have our clown that is based on one of the most infamous serial killers of all time, John Wayne Gacy, and the most iconic clown in all of fiction. Art is the most overrated new-gen horror character next to Mithrigan. We have Chucky, so we do not need Mithrigan. We'd have Pennywise, so we would not have a need for Art. You get what I'm saying? Art is Temu Pennywise. He's devoid of color, devoid of charisma, devoid of anything interesting, but with the gore and shock value cranked up to 27. I don't want that edgelord in the game, and DBD does not need him, despite what Uncle Creepy says on Twitter. And to quote that new, maybe reputable leaker, Art the Clown is not going to be in Dead by Daylight until behavior get really desperate. And I think that might be the most perfectly way to put if there will be a Terrifier chapter. When there is a Terrified chapter, everybody has to worry, because then, ooh, they're giving into those people? Yeah, maybe we gotta buy more skins, guys. But I think, like, I put this at the top of the fantasy booking thing, because it is now, with that new, you know, tease, I don't want to call it a teaser, it's a trailer for the anniversary event. If nothing else, there's a lot of stuff in that you can go, that's a tease for certain things, but there's a lot in there that does point to Pennywise. A lot of clown imagery, a lot of balloons, and yeah, you can go, well, the Bill Skarsgård current, like, the most famous Pennywise now is a red balloon. Tim Curry's Pennywise had many colored balloons. There's a little too much coincidence here to be like, maybe it's not. So that's why I'm putting it at the top of the fantasy booking, because it's kind of bleeding into what I think will likely happen. So there's that. Speed round now, though. Frank Stone chapter is announced. They'll go, ooh, we're sorry for, like, the skin whole thing, the skin for Trapper. Ooh, we're sorry for that. We saw the outrage. We're doing a full chapter. You're getting Frank Stone, the main baddie from that game as a survivor. You know, the actual last girl, the survivor from that, and you'll be getting a map about based on that mansion. So you're gonna get that. We're sorry. Frank Stone deserves his own love because he was a genuinely cool character, if not just like a replacement for Trapper in like a different universe. Frank Stone chapter though. Then they will also apologize for like, we know, like, we released Skull Merchant and y'all were hyped for a certain other Predator. So we're doing a Predator chapter. We got Arnold likeness. He's gonna be voiced by Will Sasso. It's just Killer, Survivor, Predator, Arnie. You're gonna get that. Sorry for the Skull Merchant. We keep fucking up on that rework and like delaying it because we don't know what the fuck we're doing with her. We gave you a giant ass, and that's a kind of the thing we thought you were gonna be drawn to the most. So we also gave Talita a giant ass, and like at least she's kind of interesting as a character with Renato. They're like interesting from a character standpoint, and their perks are pretty decent. Her, ooh, we're sorry about that though. Yeah. And then we'll just go balls to the wall, say, hey, you guys like the dark side, right? Star Wars chapter, full chapter. Darth Vader, Luke, Leia, Death Star, math. It's happening. And then to close the show, they will just put up a giant standee of Lady Dimitrescu and go 365 days. 11th anniversary chapter. Resident Evil chapter 3. And then credits. I don't think any of that shit's happening. Pennywise, yes. Resident Evil chapter 3, I think could happen, and I've already done the video on if Vader belongs in DBD. Yes, Pixel Bush, he does. Don't just watch the movies, read like the actual horror books that they wrote about it, and you'll realize he is actually horror. Frank Stone, man, he got the shaft hard. That was a good ass game from Supermassive. I really like the casting of Frank Stone. I really like that game. I should go back and play that, do another playthrough of it. It's really good. I remember having like a lot of Easter eggs, like, oh, you gotta hunt around for a lot of stuff. Like, oh, they put a lot of love into it. It was a good game. He constantly gets shafted though, man. I don't think we got that skin for Trapper, right? I think that got like fucking canceled. DVD Trapper Frank Stone skin. Oh no, he got the mask. No, apparently no. It is yeah, it was canceled. I didn't realize that. It was never really officially announced that the Frank Stone collab crossover. Can you have a crossover with your own IP that you created? I'm stalling for time because Twitter.com fucking sucks, Elon, and is slow as shit. And is not loading this tweet from Otsdarva talking about it. God, what did you pay for? And why don't you clean up the servers a little bit? Get Grok out of here. Get the bots out of here. It's still not loading. God damn. This website fucking blows a huge fucking hog, don't it? Alright, we'll go to the fucking Reddit then. God damn. Holy, like, bajabbers. Yeah, no, it is just yeah, but no, it was just straight up canceled. People were like, it's just not happening anymore. That was 8 months ago. So yeah, that's not happening anymore. So poor Frank Stone keeps getting shafted. My God. Oh man. Predator, we'll get there eventually, right? Right. Disney loves us. They keep letting us do skins for Alien. It's under the same umbrella, and there is too much that can be done with Predator, especially with 2v8. Oh, it's Alien Predator teaming up, right? If we don't get a 2v8 with Freddy and Jason in it, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Curiosity curiosities. But that is it. That is my anniversary stream predictions for year 10. The gameplay in the background is probably like, I don't know, that weird puzzle game that features Jason? That everybody's like, no, that's a good-ass game. You are still sleeping back there. She's out. Maybe you'll see her in future videos. But yeah, yeah, that I feel good about the what will likely happen portion. I feel good about that. Maybe not the whole Camp Crystal Lake thing happening and Tommy Jarvis and stuff like that. I'm kind of torn on scenario B of him walking out and then revealing like, oh, October Jason Chapter 2. But stranger things have happened, I know. So I could see it, especially since it would be just a map and a new survivor and some skins. I think that doesn't take the 2 years that this upcoming Jason chapter. Yeah, it's been in development since 2024. Dwight revealed. Sorry, I called him by his government name. Holy shit. Dwight revealed. It's been in like as soon as that lawsuit ended, Kote was like, "Yo, collab." Like as soon as Jason Universe was founded, he picked up that goddamn phone. So it has been in development for almost 2.5 years now. Yeah, I think we're getting more than just Jason. When? Time will tell. The anniversary stream, they might, again, Kote might just flop out his hog and say, hey, it's all coming on Tuesday. We didn't let you play on the new Crystal Lake map because fuck you. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm happy that Jason's in the game no matter what. If we get a map and a survivor, that's just cherries on top. I'm over the moon that my boy, my goat of goats, Jason Voorhees, is actually in the game. People want to debate, be dumb, and not realize what they actually have control of. Like, not realize that Jason Universe is putting their whole thing in Behavior's hands to write their own story. Because I'll just link the video. I'll link the video in a pinned comment. Not in the basement, not in the description. But it's going to be the pinned comment. If I remember. I should remember. I'll write a note about it. That a video that explains this entire scenario perfectly. And y'all should watch it. I highly recommend that. But I've rambled on for almost 40 minutes. So for now, well, thank you all for watching. I will catch you when we actually return to gameplay leading up to the anniversary release. Nah. Unless there's a blood hunt. There's a blood hunt happening soon? If you're watching this after the anniversary, this makes no fucking sense. Sorry about that. But I will see you for the anniversary stream reaction video. That is another annual thing that I do. May not be live with it, but I will steer clear of every social media if I am not able to watch it live. Hopefully I will, but Until then, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed what you witnessed, hook the like button, more subscribe button, bing bong that bell, and until next time, I will see you in the fog. Good luck.